and welcome to Deep Dive with DEVGRU Networks. My name is Mike Coker. I'm your host. And today I have my good friend, Edgar Lombera.
Thanks, Mike.
How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you for coming. Glad to have you. I'm excited to have this discussion and go through a bunch of topics. You touched on the active, which then made me think of the lack of spanning tree with VPN and VXLAN.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's like every single person that's been a network engineer has had some bad experience with spanning tree, right?
Yeah.
So I think we all for years just couldn't wait for it to go away.
Yeah.
Please.
So first of all, I'd like to thank you for reminding me about spanning tree. I thought I had forgotten about it.
Nice.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. It's that one comes and gets you. But yeah, I think that's an important aspect. We talked about leaf and spine architectures and how that is now kind of evolved from layer 2, where spanning tree was an important part. I mean, it solved a problem in its time. And now we're talking about leaf spine architectures that are all routers. Like you said, unlock things like all active paths, et cetera, et cetera. Now everything is a router, right? Now we don't need spanning tree anymore. Yeah. Now we're using, routing protocols, whether that's a path vector like BGP, in some cases, BGP everywhere, BGP full core. Some designs call for BGP free cores, no BGP at all in the core, right? Everything's like, IGP routed, et cetera. At the end of the day, the key fundamental idea is everything's a router. So we don't need any layer 2 loop prevention, protocols at that point, right? But again, back down to the fundamental building blocks. Now you need equipment, routers, switches, top of rack, spines, cores, whatever you want to call them, that can do this. Yeah. Because not all can.
Yep.
And then the other dimension is, do you have the right port density? Do you have the right speeds? Do you have the right kind of, cable plant infrastructure compatibility,
Which then gets me to my next topic is like capacity planning, right? So talk about how, we build this design and now how it scales better than previous, designs.
Yeah. So, capacity planning is kind of like a tailored suit to different businesses. There's different kind of strategies there. But I think across the board, fundamentally, you want to be prepared to expand, but you don't want to have to fund all of the expansion on day 0 in the first phase, et cetera. So you need, the capabilities to add links when you need to add links in the right places. You want to be able to change the links, right? So multi-speeds, going from 10 gig to 100 gig, multiple 100 gigs, 400 gigs, 800 gigs, et cetera, in the right type of time frame with the right level of incremental investment, right? So that's my general approach, right, to capacity planning, right? It needs to be driven from what are your services need? Back to that idea of how you design, right? It's your services. Are you building for massive growth, right? Are you going to kind of build and kind of be pretty steady, right? It's what business are you in? Who are your customers? And that really kind of helps you make those decisions. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to choose a SKU from a vendor that is going to suit your needs, right? Yeah. So the port counts, the port densities, the mix of ports, the configurability of those ports all play a major role, right? What you need now, what you need tomorrow, what do you need in 6 months, and that's where you make your decisions. That's how you plan and implement that plan.